Today on Board Game Fight Club, we're looking at insiders versus werewords. They are both versions of the game 20 questions, with the twist that the person answering the questions is not the only person who knows the answer. Part of the game is figuring out who else knows. Both require at least 4 players. Insider goes up to 8 and werewords goes up to 10. Both games last about 5 to 10 minutes. Which game is best for you? Let's find out. This is Insider. It's from Oink. That makes a lot of fun games in the same size small box. You have roll cards, a timer, and word cards. To start, you will have take the master card, the insider card, and then enough common cards so everyone playing will have a card. The rules say to mix them all up, including the master, and pass them out. But you can take turns being the master if you want, and pass out the rest. No one else besides the master reveals what they have. Then everyone closes their eyes, and the master shuffles up the cards and flips over the top. Each card has 6 words, numbered 1 to 6, and the back of the cards have numbers 1 through 6, so you can look at the back of the card on the deck. That's the number word you use. If you want, you can allow the master to flip over a couple of cards if the word seems weird. Once the master has the word, he closes his eyes and tells the insider to look. Then he counts down from 5 and turns the card over. Flip the timer and the questions from everyone begins. The only way to win is for the word to be guessed correctly, so the insider wants to help the group get to the right answer, but not give away any of the facts that they are the insider. So you want to nudge them in the right direction and hope that they can get there. Sometimes you have a dumb brother who just guesses all the time, like, is it a rock? Is it a watermelon? Is it a sock? And you end up having to guess the right answer. If no one guesses correctly, everyone loses. If someone does guess, you see if the group can guess who the insider was. First, you vote to see if the person who guessed is the insider. If the majority say yes, the person reveals their card, and if they weren't the insider, they lose, and everyone else wins. But if they weren't the real insider, the insider will win. Then it seems weird, but the majority says no, the group votes again, just pointing to who they think the insider was. And then that person reveals their card, and if they were the insider, they lose, but if they're not, the real insider wins. This is werewords. It's the same basic idea of 20 questions, but adds more things than the insider. Some of the names of the rules come from the game Werewolf. So the person who answers the question is the mayors, and the people who don't know the answers are the villagers. You have at least 2 of the people who know the answer, the seer and the werewolf. The seer is like the insider. They want the word to be guessed, but the werewolf wants it to fail. The mayor also gets a role in addition to being the mayor. They may be the werewolf at the same time and try to mislead people. Another big difference is werewords has an app. You enter the rules in the game and then press start, and the app will tell everyone what to do. The mayor gets to select the difficulty and then choose from the app for the word. You can set the number you see once they choose a word, and the app tells the seer to wake up and look, and then the werewolf to wake up and look, and then the app counts down. Another difference is the mayor can't speak. They hand out tokens with yes, no, or maybe, or 1 so close, or 1 correct. It's interesting to see these collect in front of players. You can see immediately how many of each everyone has, and to see if who is the seer or who's the werewolf. You can try to manage these by looking balanced or maybe not. At the end, you select whether the word was guessed or not. The werewolf can still win if the word was guessed by pointing out who the seer was, and the group can win if the word wasn't guessed by voting who the werewolf was. It's fun to argue about who it is, pointing out to the tokens that players have. Sometimes if you are the seer or werewolf and you figure out who each other are, you might want to fail on purpose to be able to win. There are more roles available for larger groups. You have 2 werewolves at the same time, and also people who know the seer and werewolf art, but not what the word is. And then they can try to help you. Which game is right for you? Werewords should be your choice. It's a better game than Insider. If you already own Insider, you should get werewords to replace it. Having a traitor makes the game more interesting. Now you see your dumb brother making stupid guesses, and you think, is he just dumb, or is he the werewolf? And having the difficulty levels on the app and the ability to add your own words or words from the website makes the replayability better. If you'd like to get a different game look for Deep Sea Adventure. That's a unique, fun, press your luck game. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Board Game Fight Club.